I had a wedding and didn't disclose we were already legally married. So me and Jake had been together for like 3 years when we decided we wanted to get married. But here's the thing, we were both broke college students and my dad was having some serious health issues. He'd been in and out of the hospital for months and we weren't sure how much time he had left. Jake was on his parents' insurance still, but I wasn't on anything. My part-time job at the campus bookstore didn't offer benefits, and buying individual insurance was like $800 a month we absolutely didn't have. So when Jake suggested we could just go to the courthouse and get legally married so I could get on his insurance, it seemed like the obvious choice. We drove to the courthouse on a random Tuesday in March. I was wearing my old jeans and a hoodie that had a ketchup stain on it from lunch. Jake had on his work uniform because he had to go to his shift at Best Buy right after. The whole thing took maybe 20 minutes. We had 2 random people from the DMV next door come be our witnesses. I remember the lady kept checking her phone the entire time. It was the most unromantic thing ever, but we figured we'd have our real wedding later, when we actually had money and my dad was feeling better. The legal marriage was just paperwork to us, like filing taxes or registering to vote or something. Fast forward 8 months, and my dad was doing way better. We'd both graduated and gotten decent jobs, and we started planning our actual wedding. We booked this really nice venue, sent out invitations to like 150 people, the whole thing. Both our families were super excited and involved in the planning. But here's where it gets weird. As the wedding got closer, we kept meaning to tell people we were already legally married, but it never felt like the right time. Like, we'd be talking to my mom about flowers, and I'd think, oh, I should mention we're already married, but then she'd get so excited about something else, and the moment would pass. The day of the wedding arrives, and everything is perfect. My dad walked me down the aisle looking healthier than he had in over a year. Jake's crying at the altar. Our families are sobbing happy tears. The photographer is getting amazing shots. Our friend Matt, who got ordained online just for our wedding, is doing this beautiful ceremony he wrote himself. But the whole time, I'm standing there thinking about how we're basically lying to everyone. Not maliciously, but still. These people drove hours to be here, spent money on gifts, took time off work, bought fancy outfits. My aunt flew in from Oregon. Jake's grandparents came all the way from Florida even though his grandpa hates flying. The ceremony itself was incredible though, way better than the courthouse thing. Matt talked about how love isn't just a feeling but a choice you make every day. My dad gave this speech during the reception that had everyone crying. Jake's little sister sang this song she wrote for us. It felt like what a wedding should feel like. Everything was going perfectly until the reception, when Jake's cousin Amy, who's a paralegal, made some joke about how we needed to remember to actually file our marriage certificate this time because her friend forgot and wasn't technically married for like 6 months. She was laughing, but then she noticed we both got really quiet and weird. Amy's not stupid. She looked at us for a second and then was like, wait, you guys filed it already, right? And Jake just froze. I swear you could hear a pin drop at our table even though the DJ was playing music. I ended up just blurting out, we got married at the courthouse 8 months ago for insurance. The table went dead silent. Amy's husband choked on his beer. Jake's other cousin just stared at us. Word spread fast. By the time we were cutting the cake, I could tell people were whispering about it. Some of our friends thought it was hilarious and were making jokes about how we threw a party to celebrate paperwork we already filed. But some of the older relatives seemed genuinely upset. Jake's mom pulled us aside later and asked why we didn't tell anyone. When we explained about my dad's health and the insurance situation, she got all teary and said she understood but wished we'd trusted the family to help figure something else out. My mom was mostly just confused about whether she should return some of the wedding gifts since we were already married.